How to love the biomass burner stage of Satisfactory. First thing you have to do is accept that you're in control. You decide when you upgrade. There are two basic upgrades that are required to get you solidly in the biomass phase of the game. One, tier 0, upgrade 6. That gives you the biomass burners and the ability to make biomass. Tier 2 gives you obstacle clearing, which allows you to do chainsaws and solid biofuel. Those are the primary upgrades that you need to really start making it happen and start loving biomass burning. Once you go out with your chainsaw looking for fuel, be sure to empty out your inventory as much as possible. There's no reason to have a bunch of iron bars and iron plates in your inventory when you're out shopping for wood. Also, when you use your chainsaw, make sure you got lots of stuff around you. The chainsaw is loud, but it also is an AoE weapon, right? So it doesn't just cut what's in front of you, it cuts what's behind you. So if you see something good that you want, make sure you've got some good stuff behind you as well. And make each cut count. Two more things. When you get to the point where you have the ability to process everything, I encourage you to make a factory to process your biomass. Now for me, I set something up where I could just dump all this good stuff wherever I wanted in these two drop any biomass bay, and the factory takes care of it for me. No decisions have to be made. I don't have to go through and separate the wood or anything like that. My early efforts to get Caterium allowed me to get the smart splitters early. So all these things are set up. Everything from solid biomass to DNA capsules are all made automatically. So one more tip to help you really love your biomass phase is to automate as much as you can. Speaking of automation, once you have it all built and the outputs are where you want to be, basically your biomass, and you need the biomass to build the huge jellies, so I always keep a little bit of that. The color cartridges, which you don't need as much, but you still need them for some decorations. Solid biofuel is obviously the main thing you're going after, and now that animals can be used for coupon points, it makes sense to throw those in there as well. And the last tip is make more biomass burners. I see way too many people just trying to make as few biomass burners as they can. They make see 4 biomass burners. They go out, they build factory, or they go exploring, and then they run out of power and they come back and they get mad, and then they just put a little bit more fuel in. When really, you need to just do this once or twice or 3 times as opposed to coming back and forth every single time. So if you follow my other tips, choose when you make it to the last level of biomass, become an expert with the chainsaw with lots of inventory space, automate the creation of solid biofuel, then it makes sense to have a huge number of biomass burners, because then you just come by like I just did, right? Just come in here, you pick up the solid biomass, and then you just run over here and you fill these all up. And the main advantage of building multiple, so just imagine for a moment one biomass burner was enough for you to maintain your factory. If you built 10 and they were all full, you would have to come back 1/10 the time, right? So if one biomass burner lasts you an hour, then 10 biomass burners last you 10 hours. So that's why here I've built 40. They're very smart. They only burn what they need to actually charge your factory. Now, if you have batteries on your network, They won't do anything. They don't charge batteries. So build more biomass burners than you think you need. I built 40. Another person suggested to me that you build the same number of biomass burners as you do slots in your storage. So that's 24 biomass burners. In this case, it'd be 24 times 2, so maybe 48 biomass burners. I built 40, just so I would always have a little extra space. I could come back, run the chainsaw, dump it in the factory, and then I would be able to pick up what I dumped in the factory last time. And that's the other thing. You always want to make sure that you have solid biofuel coming to you. And that's, again, why you automate. All right. We're getting tips and tricks videos out of the way while we await update 8. I hope you found this helpful. I know this is one of the phases that most people hate in the game. I love it, and I think this is why. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time.